Hey there guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Awkward Dungeon Master. This week, I want to show you all of my favorite DM hacks that I use pretty much every single session. Alright, so the first thing is fairly simple. Everyone talks about keeping track of initiative. I love to use these little clothespins that I've painted different colors. And then I just have my players write their names on them with Sharpie so that we can keep track of everybody's initiative. And then I put them up, everyone can see them. I have ones for my bad guys too. I even have multiples. I think I have up to 4 groups of bad guys and then a big bad evil guy one. It's always fun to see their faces when the big bad evil guy one comes out. They're like, what? So those are pretty fun. And then this, every session, looks really stupid. But it's just a piece of computer paper inside one of those clear sheet protectors, and then I can draw on it with my dry erase markers. So I can keep track of all my bad guys' HP, and then I can do math on the side and everything. I'm not using a ton of scrap paper, and I don't have to go digging for which piece of paper is the right one that I'm writing on right this second if we're going through a lot of bad guys or a lot of encounters that day. So, this is clutch, guys. And since we're talking about combat, I also want to talk to you guys about this. I actually got this from Matthew Mercer from Critical Role. So he just saves all of the rings from soda bottles. These ones came out for grape juice. There's a bunch of Gatorade ones in here. Water bottles. So there's just a bunch of different colors. I talked about these in my miniature video too because they're a good base size. But I also use them as condition markers. So if anyone has any different colors of soda that we can I have the ring off your soda, please? Because I need it. I don't have that color. No, I'm not kidding. Like, actually, I need that. So those are a nice little trick for you to use. And then, so this one I actually invented, and I kind of love it. And I will put a link down in the description if you have a 3D printer, like my husband. I was making a maze one day, and I was getting really frustrated because I was losing track of my hallways when I was trying to draw the map out for my players in preparation for the next session. And I was like, oh my god! Joe, I need something that will hold 2 markers, either a 10-foot hallway apart or a 5-foot hallway apart. Because I'm gonna... So he actually, in the next half hour, made me this fancy tool. And my markers slide right into it. Look, it's a 10-foot hallway. It's so much faster. It's not even funny. I use it all the time now. We've actually printed them off for every single other DM that runs at the store that we run at locally, and everybody seems to really enjoy them. It'll fit wet erase or dry erase markers, depending on which way you put the marker in. The wet erase have to go in this way, dry erase go in this way. So if you're interested in printing one of these, it's super easy. I'll put the link down in the doobly-doo. He also made, this was the idea after I brought these to the Burrow, which is the game store we play at. One of the other players was like, well, why don't you make a room tool? Clever bastards. So I also have a tool that goes up to, I think it's 40 feet, 10, 15, 20, 30, yeah, 40 feet. So I can make up to a 40 by 40 room. Pretty easy. So you're not sitting there going, no. It's just done. End of story. And the last thing that I do now, and I think it's funny because D&D just came out with a map pack for Mad Mage, which is basically the exact same thing as what I'm doing with Princes of the Apocalypse. There are so many large maps, and they're all interconnected. I was having a hard time keeping track of where my players had been already and where they were going, especially because I think we've started this one like 3 times at the game store, just because of players coming and going and that sort of thing, so, oh god. So what I've done is I've taken the same clear sheet protectors and I cut it here and I cut it shorter and then I slide it over the page in the book, over the map. And then I'll show you guys here. then I can just write on the map with Sharpie, and it's not going to get on the pages. And I've got them on every single map in this book now, which is kind of lovely. I'm so happy. I can't even tell you guys. It's wonderful. So that's pretty awesome. Absolutely do not use dry erase markers on that one, guys. It will bleed onto the page across from it. Voice of experience. Just don't do that. Sharpie. If you have never worked with Sharpies and stuff a ton on like dry erase boards and things, if you want to erase the Sharpie that's on there, just take a dry erase marker, scribble over the Sharpie, and then wipe it off. It takes it off just fine, and then you can rewrite however you want to. And I use that to take notes on where all my bad guys are and stuff too, so super handy. I can keep track of what monsters they've killed. I can keep track of where they've been. It's amazing. So, definitely a good hack. Well, that is all I have for you for today. Those are the things that I use every single session for my favorite Dungeon Master hacks. So if you guys have any of your favorite hacks that I did not list in this video, please put those down in the comments. I would love to see them. And until next time, keep it rolling, adventurers.